Hello and welcome to this video where we'll go into PWM, pulse width modulation. So in another video, I will go into the theory about pulse width modulation. Instead, in this video, I will go into the practical part. So we will do simulation and see pulse width modulation in action, and then we will do it in the real board on the Pico. And doing it on the Pico and seeing the LED actually fading, it's much clearer on the board than in the simulation. But let's start with the simulation to learn how it works, and then we'll go into the board. Now I'm in Wokwi. I have created a new project here, PWM LED demo. Here I have my Pico. I will add a, breadboard. I have a breadboard here, and then I will rotate it with R, and I will move it in place. This is where I usually put it. And then I will have a resistor. And for this resistor, we'll have a low resistor. We'll have 330 ohms. And I will use that later on as well in the real board. Okay, so now we have Pico 15, the pin 15. And now I need an LED, and the LED, we know we have a anode, a cathode here, and an anode here. Anode is the longer pin. Rotate this one, and we connect it to the resistor, which is connected to 15. Okay, GPIO 15. And now I will have another. I will connect here to a minus power rail, and I will connect the minus power rail to ground. Let's see. I think it's connected. I'll make it again. Ground, click on ground, and then I'll drag it here. Okay, good. And now I will create some code from machine import PWM and pin. This is what I need. And then I will do LED PWM. Is PWM of 15, pin dot. Let's see. It's actually pin 15. It's the GPIO 15, and each of the pins have possibility to do pulse width modulation. And what pulse width modulation means, I'll just explain it briefly, is that you send in a pulse, and the idea is that you send in, basically you turn the power on and off, you turn the LED on and off. You have your signal alternating between zeros and ones, and then it's either on and off, and you do that very quickly that you can't see it. You can't see it flickering with your naked eye. Instead, what is that the eye, it will smooth it out, or it will average it, making it look like it has become dimmer. Okay, it's how you use M to basically simulate an analog signal and to make it dimmer. Okay, now when I have my LED PWM, we can do LED dot frequency. That is how in hertz, that is per seconds, how many times do I want it to run, how many cycles do I want. Then I want to have 1000, which means 1000 times per second. Okay, and it's 1000 cycles per second. Okay, and now I will have LED PWM dot duty U16, and U is unsigned integer 16 bits, which means we have values between 0 and 65,535. Okay, here what you want to do is that I will make a constant here first. Max unsigned 16 is 2 times 2 to the power of 16 Then I can do max use 16 and I can do divided by 2, for example, to have the duty cycle of 50%. And I need to have an int also because this duty use 16 requires an integer. If I run this one, it should be 50% dimmer. But how do we know that? It seems like it's lit up. I will close this down and I will do like this. I will create a reference LED. I'll copy this resistance and I will place it, for example, here. And I will have from 14, I will go to this one, and then I will copy this LED, and I will connect this one to this, and I will connect this one to ground, yes. And for this one is 14, right? We'll have here ref or LED ref pin dot out, and we will do LED ref dot value of 1. Okay. It seems like they are equally bright. Maybe we cannot see it by dividing by 2. Let's just close this down and take divide by 4 maybe. Does it look like? Maybe not very much. Say divide by 10. Okay, yeah, now we can see it. Like here we can see it's brighter than this one. The simulation is not perfect. Let's try this out on the board to see the results. Okay, let's start building out on our board. I will use 330 ohm resistor and I will start connecting. Connect here, pin 15. Okay, I will connect my LED. I will connect the ground to the power rail, and I will connect this LED to ground, and now I'll connect my other LED, or I'll connect the other resistor first. Give it a little bit more space here. Something like that. It's not exactly like the simulation, but this one. Making sure that the anode and cathode is connected in the right direction. We need to connect here this to the GPIO. We take GPIO 14 here. Since I've used the 15 before, I'll use 14 now. And let's connect here. If I take it down a little bit, you can see that. Or it's maybe hard to see, but you can look at the simulation. We'll connect this LED to ground. Okay, now I finished connecting everything, and I will connect micro USB soon. Now I'll go back to Visual Studio Code, and I will start with Shift Command P to do initialize micro Pico project. And here I will go and create my main code, main.py. Save this one, and I have main.py now. And now I can connect my micro USB. That connects my micro USB. Okay, that one is on. It's just an old program running there. I'll just toggle that off. From machine, import pin, import PWM, and I will have my, let's see, pin of 15, comma, pin dot out, This is my, let's see, this is my, I will have the other one as reference, right? I'll just do dot value 0 to turn this off, run this one, and it's off. Okay, now I will have, I will actually do like this. 14 will be my reference, PWM. It's PWM of pin 10. That's this one I'm using for my LED PWM. The frequency, 1000, so 1000 cycles per second. And then we want to do LED PWM dot 16, and here I want to create a constant here. Actually, I can make it into a constants.py, and then I can do max or max u16 equals to 2 to the power of 16, and then from constants import u16. The reason for moving it out to constant is that sooner or later you will be creating larger and larger programs. You don't want to clutter everything into the main.py. Instead, you want to modularize it, right? That we can use this one, and then whenever you're uploading, you can upload the whole you can upload both constants and main.py up to Pico, that you can use them, but it will work. LED PWM duty U16, and I want to take this max U16 and then divide by 2. Okay? Max U16. Oh yeah, that is very good. It says cannot be assigned parameter value of type int in function duty U16. What we need to do is we need to make it into an integer here. Okay? And then I will do run here. No module name constants. Constants dot py. Actually, we do need to. I will upload project to Pico. Okay, and then I can run this one. Yes, both is on. They look very strong, both of them. It could be that it may look like this is a little bit weaker, but not sure. Let's increase this one to 4. That means 25% duty cycle. Before was 50% duty cycle. I'll run this again. Now we can see it's much dimmer. We could take like divide by 8, it's 12.5% duty cycle. And much dimmer. And when I say duty cycle, it means that 12.5% of the time it is off. And if it's 50% duty cycle, then 50% of the time it is off. And I have the LED reference here. You can see this is the reference one. This is the one with pulse width modulation. Okay. What we want to do now is I want to try out I want to see if I can make it dimmer and then make it dim with higher and higher duty cycle, and then going back to fully lit and then dim again. Okay. What I want to do now is to make a loop here. I want to have I equals to 1, and then while. Actually, I want to move up these two. Alt button or option up to move it up. And then while true, instead of doing, I want to do I times equals to 2. We do, it's an in-place assignment, multiplication assignment, dunder IML, I think. What we do here is that we double the I is 1 first, and then we double it. It becomes 2, then it becomes 4, and then 8, etc. And what we want to do here is divide by I instead. And I want to print out my duty cycles. Print f-string duty cycle. What is that? It's 100 divided by I, because 100% divided by 2, for example, becomes 50%, divided by 4 becomes 25%. Okay? We want to print this, and then I want to say if I is larger than 16, for example, and then I want to have I equals to 1, I reset I, and then I want to do time.sleep 2. And then run this one, and you can take a look into, you can see that it becomes dimmer and dimmer, 6.25 and then 3.12, and then it turns on again to 50%. Yeah, you can see it becomes dimmer, and then it becomes brighter again, and then dimmer again. Quite cool. And now, by doing this, we have experimented with duty cycles. And what you can think about this is that, oh, we can actually put in, for example, a potentiometer. And when we turn the potentiometer, we get different voltage values. Can we somehow use this to do different pulse width modulation with different kind of duty cycles? Then you could, when you turn the potentiometer, you can make it act as a dimmer. And that is really cool. And we'll explore that in the next video. I hope that you learned a lot in this video. And you can try this out by uploading this file into the Pico. And then you can just turn off Visual Studio Code and then put in the micro USB, for example, in outlet, or put it directly to the computer without VS Code. And you can see this program working. Very cool. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one. Bye.